In the District of Lake Country, the permitting process on development applications is taking an absurd amount of time. A project that would get a permit in a few months in Kelowna is taking a few years here in Lake Country, but the mayor promises it's changing.
Let me fix that. It was taking years.
Okay, is it not still?
So we have worked incredibly hard to fix this. That's been one of the things as mayor that I've been working on since the day that I started.
Been a year and a half.
For a year and a half. We've gone through a CAO change. We had an interim CAO for a short time. We got a new CAO that just started mid-February, and we've made massive changes to what we're doing. You know, when I started reaching out to the development community saying, you know, how can we fix this? Because I'm not an expert, right? And I'm a mayor. I don't have control over my staff. That's not how the political situation works. I need a CAO who's on board to help that. But, you know, we've worked really hard to get there, and we're not there completely. We got a long ways to go. But, you know, if you looked at council meetings from last week, or the last council meeting that we had a whole bunch of OCP amendments to reduce the power that council has and to give staff authority and to give people a chance to get their permits a lot quicker. It just takes time, and it's super frustrating. I understand that. You know, I want things to happen really quick. I came from a business working for a family that made change overnight if they wanted to. And I would like those same things to happen, but that's not how it goes.
I think they're headed in the right direction, but they're doing it too slow. It's not happening with a sense of urgency that it needs to happen. I mean, I just had to have a meeting with my clients last week to tell them that because of the 944-day delay on their permit, the cost of their construction went up $500,000.
Okay, let's just double back to that number again. That does sound pretty shocking that one development would take that long. But is that typical?
That's typical of what's happening in the District of Lake Country. I think right now there's 140 some odd applications in the queue. We've got another application in there that reached its 2-year milestone on the 1st of May, and they haven't even opened the file.
Is it realistic that these, delays that are being counted in years are going to be back down to months where they should be?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've been working really hard. Our new CAO has instituted a new policy of customer service and working with the development community instead of against them. So when they bring something forward, it's, you know, how can we make this happen if it's reasonable? There are projects that come and are not reasonable. You know, that come that aren't going to be good for the environment. They're not going to be good for the growth of the community. Those things happen. But if you bring a reasonable project forward, then we really should be more customer service orientated. And how do we get there? How do we help you get there? Because it's going to help us grow.
And I would imagine that it's not just to please developers like Les Bellamy. We also have a provincial government that is really trying to increase on the supply side because of this affordability fiasco that we're in. And so you don't want to be laggards.
Oh, no, for sure. I mean, they've come and told every community in the province that they have to build a lot of houses. And, you know, although we've been slow, we've still been growing. So if you look at the top 50 list of places in the province that are on the naughty list, so to speak, we're not on that list yet.
I find that puzzling given what we're talking about.
I find it a bit puzzling too, but I think that, you know, they recognize the effort that we've been putting in, and we do have a lot coming. And, you know, one of the things that we've worked on, that I worked on from the beginning, and now my CAO has really helped us format, is I reached out to Kelowna through Tom, Mayor Dias, and through their planning department to see if there's a way that they could help us. They'd sort of said, hey, maybe we could help you. And they have. You know, they've helped us with a lot of, you know, looking at our bylaws, giving us direction there, you know, helping with our team. They've been incredibly helpful. And, you know, one of the things that we've talked about is that Lake Country and Kelowna are separated by this invisible boundary, but we share the same developers. So, you know, Mr. Bellamy's is, you know, he's not happy here, he's not happy there, too. But a lot of our policies shouldn't be that different from Kelowna, so we can give the development community, because we do need them to get the housing that we need to have for the future. The province tells us we do. We want to get the best guys. So having policy that's closer together is going to make a lot of sense going forward.
Right. So is this turnaround already happening? Is it getting already quicker to get permits?
You know, we've made some changes inside of our structure. Right now, our CAO is acting as the director of development to rebuild the development department.
So he's really focused on that.
He's completely focused on fixing the biggest problem that we have, which is that.
Right.
You know, We unfortunately we made some changes in that. So that relationship that I started with Kelowna, because Lake Country didn't have a relationship with Kelowna in the past. Before I was here, we didn't really talk to Kelowna all that much. So now, Kelowna's been really generous in helping us.
Right. All right. Let's hope it all works out. I really appreciate you taking the time for us.
And if you want to talk about Les, like, we understand. I sympathize with him. We haven't been good. We're trying to get better. We're working really hard at it. Somebody said to me at one of our public meetings, they asked, how much do you think about the planning and permitting issue? And I said, every waking moment, which is true. I wake up in the middle of the night thinking, how can we get better? And, right now, again, at our next council meeting, we'll be hopefully passing, and I'm sure we will, a bunch of OCP amendments that will further the ability to reduce the amount of red tape it takes to get stuff done.
Thanks for this.
Okay.
Thanks for watching Kelowna Now.